Ooh, Young Dawn the Sauce God is back,
I
yo.
don't have that many
Hold up, Young Dawn the Sauce God is back, chat. Hold up, we gotta react to this guy. Bro, he's been gone for years, bro. Hold up.
regrets in my life. But if I could go back in time and stop myself from doing a few things, for sure, one of them would be cutting the tip of my dick off. Ah, yes. After being gone for about 3 years, I'm sure this was the kind of story you thought I'd make my big comeback with. But yes, about 2 years ago,
Y'all
2023,
witnessing history
as
right
a
now.
fully grown adult man
Y'all
with
witnessing
children,
history.
I decided to get circumcised.
He has kids now.
Why would a fully grown adult man with children decide to do something so insane? Was it a medical necessity? Nope. Ma Johnson was working just fine. Was it cosmetic? Was I just finally tired of being Team Turtleneck and wanted to permanently drop the top of my joint? In fact, I can now speak from experience. It's a downgrade. Personally, I prefer the convertible model, which makes sense. After all, we are all born with a hoodie for a reason. So why, Don? Why did you do this to yourself? For the same reason dudes have been doing crazy shit since the beginning of human civilization. In the name...
Was that? Wait. Was that 9/11? Did bro just show a clip of 9/11, bro? That's actually crazy. Oh
yes.
God.
You see, I went on a spiritual journey. I became very religious, very devoted, very zealous, as they say. I was willing to do anything and everything I thought I needed to do in order to please God. Now, I'm no longer a very religious person, to be honest. I'm not here to tell you what to do or what to believe. And I don't want to get into it, you know? That's a hornet's nest that I don't want to stick my dick inside. But I am going to tell you this story from my religious arc because it's fucking hilarious. And before we continue, I just want to shout out my second channel, YDR. I do funny, great entertainment. I also stream over there, occasionally playing video games and just chopping it up with the chat. So click the link in the pinned comment and go subscribe. Maybe we can hit 100K in 2025. So there are different kinds.
Said I may keep it a B. Other streams fun. This stream had to be the worst.
I'm gonna keep it a B. Other streams fun. This stream had to be the worst. Who said the stream was over, my guy? We can make this shit fun, bruh. We can make this shit fun. Okay? All we gotta do is keep clip farming and keep clip farming and keep clip farming. And we can make that shit fun. Think of clip farm ideas now. Go, go, go.
Christianity, right? You've heard about this. Catholic, Orthodox, Pentecostal, Church of Christ, Baptist, Methodist, Calvinist.
Said it ain't fun without Fortnite.
Damn, so y'all, damn, that's crazy.
Mormon, yeah, they're a bunch, right? Well, I experimented with a few because the Bible doesn't tell you which one is the right one. I mean, supposedly you can figure it out by reading the Bible and connecting the dots, but if it was truly that simple, there wouldn't be hundreds, if not thousands, of different kinds.
Said it ain't fun when you leave the match when I have a whole mythical mammoth L got second BTW with ye subset kills.
Nice, he got 27 kills. That's actually good, bro.
Christians and churches and all that. So obviously, it's kind of hard for.
Bro, you don't know who this guy is? Youngdonthesaucegod, bro.
Actually, saying. So
this guy's
a
legend,
around.
bro.
I dibbled and dabbled, experimented with a few different kinds of churches, and tried my best to figure out which one is the most Jesus-y and Bible-y, I guess.
Said good. ALR buddy. Said bye.
Eventually, I found this one kind of church where their whole thing was living your life just like Jesus. And you might say, yeah, isn't that the goal for all Christians? Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that all Christians say they want to be loving and forgiven and things like that. But Christians don't actually live the same lifestyle as Jesus.
Yo, he's making a fool out of Christians right now, bro. Like, I'm a Christian, But damn, this thing is just making jokes out of it,
Jesus
bro.
was a Jew,
That's crazy.
and there's special rules that Jews follow, like they don't eat pork and they don't work on Saturdays, and there's a bunch more, but those are the most inconvenient ones. Anyway, arguably, the most important rule of them all is that all the men have to be circumcised. Like, if you're not circumcised, you're cooked. No smelly snorkel dicks in heaven. Only clean master race Johnsons are allowed. I'm serious. This is in the Bible, aka no snorkel dicks.
Wait, is that why I'm fucking circumcised? You know, I always thought my shit was like I was born like that, but really, I got my shit circumcised apparently. Like when I was really young, bro. I didn't even know. I didn't even know I got my shit circumcised, bro. Like for real. Like the only like when I found out that my shit was cosmetic, it was like 14 when I first saw my first, like my first video. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that's the first time I ever like questioned my shit. I was like, wait, why does my shit look different? You know what I'm saying? Not only in size but also in just looks. You know what I'm saying? But
now, truth be told,
you grow up
this
and
shit got
you learn
patched
about it.
with the Jesus update. You know, when the Son of God DLC dropped, they completely changed everything. Now it doesn't matter. Being uncircumcised won't send you to hell to burn forever, which is pretty convenient for the man them into you.
My question is, what did this guy experience for him to totally, completely drop Christianity and just not be religious at all, bro?
Okay, yeah, I've seen British porn. Y'all would have been cooked. But I didn't know the Bible that good yet, right? You don't have to like get a 4-year degree to convert to Christianity, which probably you should. But right, but so the people at this Jewish church, they convinced me into thinking we're still under the old rules. And to be fair, they don't know any better. Right? They believe this stuff. But you know, that's like the thing with Christianity. There's a lot of different opinions on what the truth is, but most people have good intentions. Nonetheless, they told me I had to get circumcised, right? Like they were like, okay, look, God might give you a pass, but we don't know. I wouldn't risk it, to be honest. And so I was like, dang, well, I don't want to risk it. And I had the money. I was living in Houston at the time, and they had a clinic not too far from where I lived with pretty good reviews for adult circumcisions. So I was like, well, what am I gonna tell God if I died uncircumcised? And he asks me why I didn't do it. So I was like, fuck, okay, I guess I'll go do this. So I call him up to make the appointment, and it was so casual. It was too easy, bro. Like they should have a waiting period, you know, so that you could like think about it some more. But they were like, we can get you in on Thursday. I was like, nigga, it's Tuesday. That's so soon.
Set him back.
Yeah, it was good, buddy.
But hey, if I'm gonna do it, I might as well just do it, right? What's the holdup? So I was like, all right, Thursday works for me. I had to pay a deposit of like $500 so that I wouldn't flake. You know, I imagine a lot of dudes would flake if it wasn't for that. The whole thing costs like $2,500.
Hell no,
and you can't use insurance either. It has to be cash. But can you put a price on not burning in hell forever?
Why is everyone spiraling over YouTube banning ad blockers? Like, chill guys, just use Pi. It's a free Chrome extension and
you gotta do what you gotta do. So I made the appointment. Then I tell my wife, and she was not happy. Right? In fact, she cried. She thought it was a terrible idea. She was completely against it and thought it was too quick of a decision. It was too extreme. Why can't I wait a few months? Maybe I'll learn something new and realize I don't need to do it. And then I was like, of course. This is the same thing Eve did to Adam. And look how that shit turned out, right? And if there is anything that the Bible is very clear about, is that you should never listen to a woman. Especially when she's trying to tell you.
Said him just get back from Ed.
Nice.
To do the opposite of what God says. Now, it turns out God would change his mind on this with the Jesus patch, but I didn't understand that at the time. The Bible is a very thick book, and it's very confusing, and Even the Bible admits to it being confusing, so that's not me taking a shot or anything. So with my mind made up and not allowing my evil Jezebel wife to deceive me into thinking that I was making a rash decision and that if God is, like a loving and patient God, he wouldn't mind me taking more time to work through this stuff before making such an expensive and permanent decision. Because as every Christian knows, thinking through things
Said, what is this?
It's a video I'm reacting to. It's called Youngdonthesaucegod. I got circumcised as an adult.
is
Probably wouldn't know
exactly
nothing
what
about
Satan
that,
wants you to do.
to be
That's
honest.
called leaning on your own understanding. So I committed to going through with it anyway. Well, Thursday came around, and reluctantly, she starts to support me. And she's always done that, right? Sometimes she doesn't agree with my decisions. Sometimes she even puts up a fight. But eventually, she has always supported me in the end, even when I was wrong or was making a decision that wasn't in our best interest. And for that, I will never deserve this woman. So I went to the place, right? They had me put some numbing cream on my Snickers.
Said, okay, looks funny.
Yeah.
Noodle, and once I was fully numb, they injected it with local anesthesia, which I didn't feel at all. I shot off one last prayer, and then Doc got to work. It didn't take long, about 45 minutes for the whole procedure, and I didn't feel a thing. They wrapped it up in gauze, the doctor wrote me a prescription for pain meds, and then sent me on my way. I was shocked how good I felt. For one, the doctor said the surgery went perfectly, and here I am 2 years later and can confidently say that it did in fact go very well based on the results. I also felt like I pleased God. No more snorkel dick, which at the time I thought was really bothering him. But lastly, I felt no pain. Even 15 minutes after the operation was over and I was walking out to my car, it just felt numb. Still, I stopped at the pharmacy and picked up the pain meds. He prescribed me a bottle of Oxys, which, that's the good shit, right? Those are the kinds of pills that start rap careers.
Not the Juice
if you know
WRLD
what I'm saying. They're also the
background.
kinds of pills that end rap careers, if you know what I'm saying.
There you are. I'm looking all over for you.
Can't take my eyes off it. It's absolutely captivating.
So I get home, still no pain, and I think to myself, you know what? I don't need these pills. I have Jesus. If God wanted me to get circumcised, he's also going to give me the strength to get through whatever pain the circumcision is going to cause. I don't need the devil's medicine. And
No
so
way.
I flush him down the toilet. Well, turns out that was a mistake. So the day continued, and with time it started to ache a little bit. But on a scale of 1 to 10, at worst it was like a 3. Fast forward to bedtime, and my wife and I go to sleep. And I don't know how long I was asleep for, but at some point in the middle of the night, I am awoken with the fire of 1,000 suns on my Johnson. The closest thing I can compare it to is all right, imagine you have a boner. Now imagine a pit bull trying to bite it off, bro. That's probably what it's like. It was like the worst blowjob ever, times 1,000. I couldn't help it. I yelled out, Lord, Jesus, please help me. Of course, that didn't do shit, and it wakes up my wife. And she's like, oh my God, what's happening? Are you okay? I'm like, no, my dick's gonna explode. And I honestly thought that might happen. Like, what if the stitches were too tight, right? I didn't tell the doctor that I was a grower and not a shower. What if he didn't put enough slack in it? But fortunately, it didn't explode, right? My wife got me an ice pack, and that did calm things down. Once it was thoroughly chilled and back to its original state, I was able to fall asleep again, only for that shit to happen all over again, several times, every night, for like a week straight. It was torture of the sorts I had never experienced before. By the third day, I called the doctor's office and tried to explain to them how I threw away the pain pills because I thought I didn't need them. And so I was wondering if I could get another prescription. But they didn't believe me. They must have thought I sold them or was an addict or whatever.
Bro, you know how much, bro. Oh, just even thinking about it, you know how much pain that would be, bro? Cause like your shit, it gets, you know what I'm saying, it increases at night, right? So thinking about it, bro. Oh my God, he must have been. Like crazy pain.
So
bro.
they didn't write another
I
prescription.
can't even think
So
about
I
it.
had to thug it out on just Tylenol, my G. Just over-the-counter pain meds, which did nothing. But I got through it. Yeah, it was hard. No pun intended. But I got through it. And after a couple of months, it was fully healed and ready to go. And since then, I've had one more kid, a son. So that's
Wow.
2 girls, 1 boy, all
He
under
has
3.
3 kids. I didn't even know he had a kid. Bro.
Just so you're all caught up. No complaints from the wife. And so, you know, all's well that ends well, right? Is what
That's the most important part, bro. No complaints from the wife, bro. If she's like, hey, it feels the same, then you're good.
they say. And that's the story of how I got If you couldn't tell, I had have a cold, man. I don't know, it might be COVID. I don't yeah. And that's the story of how I got circumcised as an adult. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my second channel, YDR.
Hey, Young Don the Sauce God. Can't believe this guy's back, y'all. Fuck, bro. You better be back for good, my guy. I better see